This is Thomas Carey from Minuteman Watch Company, and here we are looking at the prototype for our upcoming Minuteman RWB wristwatch. This is the first Minuteman watch to have an automatic movement, so it's a mechanical movement, does not require a battery. It automatically winds as you move your wrist. The movement we're using is a 9015, made in Japan. That's what a lot of brands similar to our size are using. Here you see I've added a metal bracelet, which we have not been offering the watch in this configuration. They're going to be coming in with an American-made leather strap, but I decided to see what it would look like with a bracelet. Many people in the United States prefer to wear watches on metal bracelets. Since I've gone to this, I've had several people that have actually seen this here locally, and they tell me that this is a classier look in their view versus the watch being in the stock leather strap. And several of the folks had seen this watch in various types of straps and various colors of leather. Unfortunately, this camera is not very good in terms of quality, so it doesn't really do this watch justice. You can somewhat see our logo on the case back. Several people have thought that this was a sticker. This isn't a sticker, it's actually engraved on the back. It's rather difficult to photograph this, particularly with a still photograph. Hopefully you're getting a better idea how it looks here. I don't know if you can see this, but this does have, I'll zoom in and see if I can get a better look at it. This watch does have a signed crown, meaning it does have our brand logo on the end of the crown. They would call that in our industry a signed crown. The blue dial is a sunray style dial. The crystal is a double dome sapphire, and because of the shape of it, it does make it somewhat difficult to get a good photograph of it. It wreaks havoc with light reflecting off of it. So you'll have to bear with me here, because you can see the reflection from the camera and things like that here in this video. This is the only version of the Minuteman RWB in existence right now. We are about 30 days away from having all the parts we need to start assembling these in our shop located in northern Illinois. Each watch is going to be assembled here in the United States, and after our initial pre-orders are filled, basically each watch will be built as it's ordered. So that separates us a bit from some of the other companies, or in fact a lot of the other companies out there who get their watches built in batches, or all of their watches for a production run are completely built out and come to you basically via China, where all the work's actually done. With our brand Minuteman, we actually choose to assemble these watches here in the United States. It costs us a lot more money, but we feel that the quality of the workmanship is superior here in the U.S., particularly with the highly skilled watchmaker that builds our watches. And we also like the idea that we're keeping more money here in the United States rather than just sending it all to China, which unfortunately is very difficult to do in our industry, in the watch industry, because many of the parts actually come from China on any watch. Don't let those Swiss watches or German watches fool you. They're getting just as much of their parts from China as anybody else is. It's just that their laws are a lot more lax than our laws here in the United States. So they can claim that a watch is Swiss made or German made, when in fact very little of it's actually made in Switzerland or Germany, for example. And in fact, sometimes much of the assembly is not even done in either of those countries. They're actually done mostly in China, but with their sloppy laws, they're able to get away with it. Here in the United States, we have much stricter laws regarding what we can say is made in the USA. We're only making one small batch of these for this version with the brush finished and the blue dial. We'll probably only actually build about 30 of these. So to be a fairly rare watch, it's not going to be a watch that you're going to see a bunch of other people out there wearing or owning. Also, as with our other Minuteman products, part of the profits are going to go to charity. We haven't decided what charity will be the beneficiary of the funds we raised from this particular watch. We're sort of torn between 3 or 4 very worthy charities. Basically, when all the costs have been covered from the production of this watch, and we're to the point where we'll be making the donations for each watch that we sell after we've met our expenses. We'll select a charity, and we'll tell all you folks what that charity is going to be. In fact, we'll probably let a lot of you have some input as to what charity we decide to go with. We've kind of changed how we do things as a brand now. We select a charity typically after we've met our cost for the watch. That generally leaves us with about half the production left, and at that point 50% of our profit for each watch sold from that point forward goes to a charity. With our most recent gesture watches, that ended up working out to be $100 per watch, and there were certain months where we bumped that charitable amount up to $150 for each watch that went to Fisher House with that particular project. We'll do something similar with this watch series. I'm hoping to be able to actually donate even more money for each watch that we sell out of this series to whatever charity that we actually decide to go with. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that. It just depends on how the costs actually come in once we really get the parts in and see what our assembly costs are going to be. It's a more complicated watch, so our assembly costs are higher because there's more that goes into assembling a watch with a mechanical movement, and also we will be regulating these movements, so that adds quite a bit of time to the assembly process and the testing process for these watches. You can order these watches from our website at minutemanwatches.com. We are currently offering these at a discounted price. They're currently about $100 less than what they will be at the end of August. So now would be a great time to order one, and you're going to save at least $100 of what the regular retail price is going to end up being. If any of you have any questions or comments about what we're doing with our Minuteman brand, you can contact us directly at minutemanwatch@frontier.com or at info@minutemanwatches.com, and we'll be glad to respond to your email. I'm going to wrap this video up at this point. I know I've been long-winded and you're not seeing a whole lot of views of this watch, and I apologize for that. I wish you could see some of the details that are hard to show with this camera and the lighting that I'm dealing with here. The bezel's actually got a higher polish, and the case back's got a higher polish, and then the middle of the case back's brushed. So there's a couple different types of finishes going on this watch, which we think that makes it a classier looking product overall. And we hope that those of you that purchase one will agree. We're quite confident that people that buy one of these are going to be very happy with their watch. Our watches are known for their quality and their reliability. And I think we have pretty good customer service as well when there is an issue with a watch. We also offer our higher quality product that I think a lot of brands do. One of the points about this particular watch, and it's hard to see, but this actually has a double domed sapphire crystal, so it almost has kind of the effect of a eyeglass lens, the way that it shows the dial in the hands and the date and whatnot here, which also then causes a bit of an issue with glare, even though we are using an anti-reflective coating on the watch. Again, this is Thomas Curry from Minuteman Watch Company. Visit our website at minutemanwatches.com, and if you have any questions about our brand, feel free to contact us direct by emailing us at minutemanwatch@frontier.com or info@minutemanwatches.com. Thank you, and I hope all of you are having a great day.